I forgot to. No, I didn't. Womp, 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 womp. I'm trying to pick music and failing. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, is everybody live right now? Oopie. Oh, dang. Maybe I didn't pick a great time. It's okay. Hello. Yes. Welcome in, Rain. Thanks for being first. How are you doing? Yeah. They also can't hear you yet. Oh! Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? They're about to be able to hear you. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh no, my camera's wrong! No! No! Oh no, you guys are seeing me all crusty. Oh no. Crusty laptop camera, not like me crusty. I look great. Oh my god, guys, many gestures watching my stream. What the fuck? What a stalker. Oh my god. Why are you not working? Buddy, my guy. Oh, I forgot to open fish. Shoot. Hang on. Let me open fish after I fix my camera. Work! Work! Ah! Just rotate! I'm losing it. What? What is happening? Yeah, but that normally doesn't stop it, because it's the camera. Those have different settings normally. Hi, welcome to my stream with absolutely zero scuff. You're pretty hot to me. I'm so hot. I'm so hot, guys. You have no idea. I didn't cry today! Yippee! And I had brownies as a treat. Okay, I'm opening fish now. But yes, hello my friends. Welcome in. I'm going to be live 2D rigging. First I'm going to be trying to fix a really weirdly specific issue, then I'll finally start working on the mouth. But until then, but while we're doing both of those things, we're gonna be reviewing Cinder Drama. For people who do not know who Cinder is a VTuber who, about 5 months ago became infamous for, like, doing, like witch hunts on people, accusing people of, or, like, copying people, trying to convince an artist not to have an exclusivity, contract, but to tell Cinder whenever she gets a commission, so that Cinder could outbid that commission slot. Which is really weird. And then just also just like emotionally manipulating people. Damn. And that was 5 months ago. In her apology, she denied, like, stealing slots from others. She basically just wanted to say, oh, can we not hear Medi yet? Oh. No, we can't. Wait. Now they can hear you.
No! Hi, Rain, I love you.
And then, let's see. Basically, she denied some stuff, she agreed to other stuff, but most importantly, she declined any and all accountability, and then fucked off. And now it's been 5 whole months, and she's released a 1,000-page Google Doc, single-spaced, declaring herself innocent of most of the things.
Yes, it was Janie. Rain says hi, darling.
Janie is working on their homework. Wait, can I crack a joke at it, or is that mean?
Go ahead, crack a joke at it.
Janie had homework that was due 2 or 3 years ago, and their professor's somehow letting them submit it this year. Janie's gonna graduate! Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go! Yeah, I was gonna ask Janie to join, but then she told me that she's working on Latin homework because her professor from 2 or 3 years ago agreed to let her turn it in this late. I was like, I can't let you throw that opportunity away for a drama stream. I'm so sorry. So, banned Janie! Janie gone!
Janie has been locked back up in the dungeon.
Janie has been put in the back rooms.
And instead, you're actually gonna have to listen to me read off this 1,000-page document to Basil while they rig.
Also, everybody, please give big ups to Medi for, like, agreeing, because I had the idea, and I was like, but the problem is I would want the people to have something to watch, so I'd probably be live 2D rigging. Would you want to read it out loud? And Medi was like, fuck yeah, and I was like, ah! So yeah.
If I'm gonna read it anyways.
Yeah. So yes, everybody wish Janie, wish Janie luck and wish Medi's throat luck. Heating up taco meat to make tacos, unlike all the other things you can make with taco meat that aren't tacos. Would any of you guys want any tacos I made with this taco meat?
Can I just have taco meat?
Can I actually just have the leftover fat that, like, hardens up at the bottom of your pan?
Yeah, can I just put the taco meat on, like, some stroganoff or something?
Stick it in the freezer, and then I'm gonna eat it like chips.
Ooh, yummy.
That's not how that works. Anyway.
If you scrape it off the bottom, freeze it. Them some good chips right there.
Some good chips. But yes, my friends, welcome in. I have the Genshin Impact soundtrack playing in the background because we worship Yipeng Chen in this household.
Let's go!
Yeah, we're gonna go over some VTuber community drama that I really don't remember anything about. Wait, Medi, did this happen while I was in Minnesota? Or no, that was Needy.
It did.
No! It was this. Needy was after.
Needy was before, so there was still some like lingering like aftershocks that I got to talk to you about in person.
Right. No,
but
it was so funny.
During.
We were literally, Medi was pushing me around a wheelchair in the Mall of America while I was reading through this shit out loud. there's like families going to the aquarium and like the Nickelodeon amusement park and shit, and we're sitting there.
We're sitting in the middle of Hot Topic, and I'm making you read tweets out to me. Perfect Hot Topic activities.
Perfect Hot Topic activities. Yeah. Are we ready, my friends? Are you ready to get into it? All right, let's go.
Okay, I'm not gonna put a voice on this time.
There we
go. Oh my gosh, it's your little guy.
I'm a little guy, and it's no longer my little guy.
It was over you for a second.
It was. Actually, right. I wonder if I can do this without shredding my computer. Hang on.
Oh, are you gonna put the document on screen?
No, I'm gonna put my VTuber model on screen. So that this is like the most visually disorganized stream anyone's seen in their goddamn lives. There's a face cam, a Fugi, a model, and then that same model actively being puppeteered by my face.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Doesn't that actually kind of sound fun though?
Your poor computer.
I downsized my model by 40% for a reason.
The reason was so you could have your camera, your VTuber model, and your rate and live 2D?
Uh-huh. Obviously.
Okay.
Duh. What else would it be for? Something normal? Hang on. I just want to see if I can. Let's see if OBS crashes.
As a treat.
Yeah, as a treat. Ooh! Why is it not working? There it goes. Haha. Okay, so there's that. And then I use Sprout. Right? Yeah!
Oh, the
Power
creepy
she
face.
glows.
Hi,
The
creepy face.
Wait, how's
It's
it
on
creepy?
stream.
Oh shoot! Ew. Gross. Gross. Hang on. And then. Guys, this is like one of the worst starts to a stream I've had in a while. This is kind of epic, actually. Okay, how do we feel about having four basils? Do we count this as a fourth basil?
The creepy face? I think we need to.
Should I
think
keep
we
it?
need to.
Oh, I can't. Aw, but I wanna. That's so sad. I want to keep it on stream though. Oh well. But doesn't the tracking look so good?
Yes.
Doesn't it look so good? And then
she's so good. I want to smidge her so badly.
Are there any weird visual glitches happening on stream, or are we good?
I think it's fine.
Good. Okay.
Gas line shut off at work today, somewhat considering how stoves and fryolators work. Kind of need gas, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of important.
Kind of a bad time. Makes you go grrr. Look at how cute she is when she's mad. Grrr.
I want to squish her cheeks.
All right, my friends. Let us commence the reading.
All right. Chapter 1.
Is it chapters?
An overdue response.
Hi, everyone. She actually wrote honest to God chapters?
No, it's just separated into chunks. So I'm gonna say chapters because of how long they each are.
I was like, oh no. The only video weirdness is from the stream itself. Okay, cool. So like it's like a Twitch thing, not an OBS thing? Question mark? Hello? Or is it something worse?
The fact that there's 3 basils?
Oh, that's the joke. I understand now. I'm so smart, guys. Okay. Continue.
Perfect. Okay. Hi, everyone. It's been over 5 months since everything happened. I have never been good with words, and I'm especially bad at verbalizing my feelings. I've always hid my insecurities, and it's hard for me to open up about things, even to the people closest to me. It was nearly 2 a.m. for me on April 26th when Nanolis and Bao posted their documents together after I had finished streaming earlier in the night. I was awake for almost 48 hours by the time I posted my apology. Looking back at it, no, it wasn't good. I was not in a sound state of mind when it was written. I was blindsided by any of this coming out and the accusations made against me. No one involved tried contacting me privately beforehand. I was unable to eat, sleep, or do anything else but watch more documents and statements be released while everything fell apart. I didn't have Red, I didn't have my friends, but I had the weight of the entire internet waiting to see what I was going to say and how I was going to say it wrong.
Okay, it was not the entire internet. Come on, girl. Be for real.
I didn't have access to search for all the evidence to defend myself with the growing list of allegations, and I didn't have time to put it all together cohesively anyways. I was petrified. How could I possibly respond correctly to a coordinated effort like this in the state I was in without just blindly accepting fault for all the things I didn't do and never knew happened? I rushed to get something else out, defend myself the best I could in the heat of the moment, and post it just so I could rest. No matter what I would end up saying, it would never have been good enough. It took me a long time to mentally recover and have the ability to face any of this again. I couldn't look at anything Cinder related without breaking down. All of my fans that looked up to me were led to believe I was evil and encouraged to destroy or donate my merch. Everyone I
That is, I read this before Medi and I agreed to wait, and that is the first thing I flagged. I was like, hold up, you're talking about, like, I was sent death threats, I was and also they threw away my merch. That's crazy. And also kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, that's the thought. Thank you, chat.
Thank you for the thought. Almost everyone I knew or cared about turned on me in an instant, and anyone who's ever had anything to say about me did. I had only one of my close friends message me after everything was out there. I received rape, dox, and death threats over these accusations, so I stepped away from the internet. I reconnected with Red, and we worked things out between ourselves. Red, by the way, is Cinder's boyfriend and manager. He's also referred to as Redacted, Red being short for that. When we were both ready to, he helped me with the long process of making this document. I didn't say anything else to anyone sooner, privately or publicly, because no one would believe me, so I had absolutely everything put together to post all at once in one place.
Which obviously needed to be 5,000 pages.
Yeah.
Duh.
That's the healthy length.
Yeah.
Purpose of this document. To present the full story, number one, to present the full story and the facts and evidence around what happened with complete transparency, defend myself against what's been said about me, and provide mine and Red's perspectives and motivations about each situation. It wasn't my choice to make this public, but since it is, my side of the story matters too. Number two, to take accountability for everything that each of us are guilty of in the past couple of years, whether they are revealed in the original documents or not. This document will not absolve either of us of all wrongdoing, and it isn't trying to. Number three, dispel rumors, misconceptions, and theories about me, show how and why things actually occurred, and point out and refute discrepancies and lies in the claims or statements made against me. We've done things wrong, but the amount and degree of them has been incredibly exaggerated or completely made up. Number four, this document contains speculation. Baseless accusations were made against me without evidence, so I've kept speculation labeled as such in this document. Most of it is supported by circumstantial evidence, but it should not be treated as solid fact. Number five, this document is not to fuel harassment or spread hate toward anyone involved. I'm doing what's listed above and posting this document in the same public setting the original documents were. If you have harassed anyone involved, quote, in my defense, you are not my supporter. Your actions are reprehensible, and I've never advocated for anyone to do this for any reason. I'm sorry to anyone who's been affected by any actions of rogue community members against my principles.
Okay.
Yep. Those are the numbers.
That's a very generic beginning, I feel like.
Yeah. I've been made out to be two-faced, greedy, jealous, psychopathic narcissist who's maliciously used, stalked, sabotaged, and betrayed those closest to me and anyone around me for my own gain for years, manipulating my way to the top like some kind of evil mastermind. You were lied to. These are things I've done wrong, but this image of me could not be further from reality. This was a complete public assassination of my character over what were lies and assumptions, followed by my cancellation and disappearance, with my accusers profiting from it. If I was really the awful person I was made out to be, then this document wouldn't exist. I wouldn't have had any way to...
Guys, everybody knows that if you plead guilty, you didn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. If I was... yeah. I wouldn't have had any way to refute the claims made against me. I could have just continued streaming, profited from the drama and the over 30 million views the situation garnered. I could have let everyone forget about this and come back like nothing ever happened, but that's not true. But it's not true. I couldn't allow myself to move on without making things right. Everything that's come out and stories that followed would have been blown way out of proportion and turned into crazy conspiracies. Both Brett and I have done wrong, and all of that is addressed here, but the story everyone was told is not the reality of what happened. Every single person I've ever interacted with in the past almost 5 years, even those closest to me, and every single interaction with them would have been fake for the story told about me to be true. I believe that there are two people responsible for how things played out, and with a third person merely having an axe to the grind against someone they never liked. Nanolith lied overwhelmingly about what happened between her and Red, sat back and played everyone, including my friends. Nanolith is the artist that was mentioned earlier. She worked a lot with Cinder and a bunch of other VTubers. She does like models and stuff. Back to the document. Shy Lily lied about me from the start, orchestrated things behind the scenes, and manipulated the public to their side. Silverveil took the opportunity to lie all about our interactions together, making things even worse for me. They had the most to gain from my cancellation, including their own satisfaction. None of them could take accountability for their own actions and push it all onto me instead. The only two people that could disprove their lies were just made into lying manipulators and wiped off the internet. Aside from the labeled speculation, everything presented in this document is true to the best of mine and Red's knowledge. I have nothing to hide, and there isn't a reason to hide anything anymore. The bulk of what's shown here was over the past 2+ years. Keep in mind that no matter who you are, opinions, thoughts, and feelings can change a lot over such a long period of time, for better or worse. I went back and forth on a lot of things to put in here, asking myself if I should leave them out for people I still care for or keep them in for my own sake. No matter what evidence is included in this document, it wouldn't be surprising if it was claimed that even with all this evidence, all of it is just me trying to lie, manipulate, and gaslight my way out of what happened, and that no one should possibly believe me again. To show that I stand by everything written here, and that I'm sorry for things I've done wrong, I've made a very hard decision. I'm giving up my part ownership. I'm giving up my part ownership position of Gamer Subs. I've worked so hard. Are you good?
Sorry. She was building up like she's like, I'm gonna completely step away from everything. I'm going to have to start over with all my assets out of respect for Nano and spend a lot of money on like finding and supporting another artist, but instead she just goes, I'm gonna give up my gamer company.
Gamer Shops.
I'm going to give up my gamer shop. So sorry. Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing that hard, but like it's kind of funny.
Oh wait. I've played in Vampire the Masquerade games with conspiracies less convoluted than this document's building up to.
I'm saying!
Crazy!
Cause like, what the hell, girl?
I've worked so hard for them since December of 2022, and earning this position was one of the biggest accomplishments of my life. I'm honored they chose to give me the opportunity. I've been immensely proud to have the title. As sad as I am to do this, I need to protect the company I love, the people that work there, and everyone associated over my own interests. Gamer Subs suffered a lot of damage when all the accusations were made about me, and that fell on my shoulders. It's my responsibility as part owner, and I don't want any more harm and negativity to come to them by having this decision. I didn't have to do this, and I wasn't asked, forced, or coerced into making this decision. There are things more important to me than business. I notified them of my decision in June, and this will take effect at the same time this document is published.
There's more things important to me than that, but it is the first thing I'm gonna say. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure, girl.
Pop off, queen.
Each tab in this document is about the people and events related to the claims made against me, where I've provided links to each person's respective documents or statements for reference, the evidence, context, and mine and Red's thoughts around each situation. You're intended to read each section, and in the order they're presented. This document should be viewed in desktop and light mode for the formatting to appear correctly. Some information and screenshots appear in multiple sections where it's relevant to. The first few sections being Nanolist, Bow, V-Card, and Numi's concert, and Shylily culminate in a section breaking down what you've seen throughout them, with the last few sections of this document being standalone. Unless stated otherwise, every link in this document is working at the time this is posted. This document will not be edited after it's posted either. Because we live in 2025, I need to say that this document was written without the use of AI. I understand some of the things in this document may be damaging to the people involved. They understood that their claims would be damaging to me before they publicly made them too. Everyone can review the evidence for themselves and decide what really happened, and if I really am the person you would love to believe me to be. And of course, what is the tagline of this whole situation from her point of view? The burden of proof is on the accuser, not the accused.
I hate that she says that because, like, because the thing is, it's like, they did provide enough proof that people were like, yeah, that makes sense, you know? It'd be different if they only posted enough quote-unquote proof that people were like, okay, sure. But no, people, incredibly, like, reasonable, not super chronically online people I know were like, okay, what she's been accused of makes sense based on her pattern of behavior. So, like, oopie, you know? It's like, not
there was
like...
screenshots and shit.
Yeah, it's like, girl, you gotta think this through a little more. The Disney ride intro, keep all hands and feet, and the ride at all times, remember to keep your Disney, what?
Oh,
Dysentery? Dysenteropy classes?
Disney 3D.
Anyway, I'm getting too stuck on that. I know what the joke is, it just still sounds funny. Anyway, I'm gonna stop now.
Okay. End of chapter 1. Start of chapter 2. Redacted.
Oh boy.
Red helped me put this entire document together. We want to be upfront and honest that this was a two-person effort. His own commentary is present throughout it, is labeled as his and highlighted in blue. Highlighted in blue. Hello, I'm Red. I just think that's funny. That's all.
Wait, sorry, repeat.
um, Highlighted in blue. Hello, I'm Red.
Sorry, just hi. Like literally the pick me boy like hi. With the finger gun on the forehead. Anyway.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Red. I'm Cinder's longtime partner and have worked alongside her since she started this career. I helped her put this document together to set the record straight. Over the past few months, I have come to terms with being the reason why Cinder's image, her relationships, and her career were all ruined. I hurt people who were our friends. I fucked up, and she had to answer to the world for it by herself. My actions ruined everything for her.
It was just you, bud. Thanks for taking one for the team.
Yeah, in her first apology document, she did pin a lot of it on Red.
I remember that.
Yeah. I fucked up and she had the answer to the world for it by herself. My actions ruined everything for her and I'm taking responsibility and helping her pick up the pieces. I didn't want to put something out sooner without her that could have made things worse. I ask that you don't hold what I did against her. Interesting. Back to Cinder. Red and I are still together. We had a falling out and spent some time apart after the documents dropped on April 26th, but he was still here.
In her original document, she was like, and we are never getting back together.
Yeah.
It was like a public breakup. That's kind of funny.
Yeah. But he was still here for me when I was ready to talk to him again. We were able to work things out between us and forgive each other for what happened. I wasn't planning to say anything about this again publicly, but I felt I needed to. Years ago, I cheated on Red online for my own selfish reasons. And the things I said about him were out of my own frustrations of past experiences. I made things sound much worse than they were at the time and mischaracterized the person he is. Red already knew that this happened way before it was made public in April, and no one else has ever told about it before then either. We addressed both of our problems.
She cheated.
She cheated, yes. Okay. Which we knew, I think.
And then, but how does she make him look bad because she cheated?
She cheated because he sucks so badly.
Oh. Aww. Sorry.
We addressed both of our problems in our relationship and moved past it a long time ago, and nothing to do with my career or current events, and it isn't relevant to talk about further. We disagree, we get mad at each other, we argue, but our relationship isn't toxic or abusive in any way. I would appreciate if the speculation around it would stop. Red and I always had some level of communication problems, even with each other. Neither of us are good communicators beyond surface level. It's hard to open up, and we get in our heads about things. We butt heads and disagree with each other sometimes, and even more working together all day, every day. It's gotten much better over the years, but it's never been perfect, so the idea that anyone in any relationship would know about and agree with everything their partner feels, says, and does is crazy to me. I'm not the only one who ever had a significant other keep secrets from them, and neither is Red. Every relationship is different and has its own nuances, dynamics, and problems, functioning in a way that the only two people involved know of and fully understand. No one looking in can say otherwise. Because I cheated on Red, should I assume that everyone's significant other has cheated on them in the past? Should I assume that all my friends' relationships are the same as mine? No. And for me to claim I know exactly how things work between any of them is just because I'm their friend that sees them in a few times a year is ridiculous.
Wait, this is genuinely so, like cognitively inept that I'm genuinely confused.
So she's saying
there's so much happening right now.
She's saying they have communication problems and they don't talk a lot about like what they're feeling or saying or doing all the time. And a lot of people at the time were assuming they did because they're in a relationship and they live together. And she's like, you shouldn't do that because I don't do that with everybody else. I don't assume every couple works the same or has the same exact nuances and dynamics.
Assuming that people talk to their partners is a completely different side of literally anything than assuming everyone cheats on their partners.
Yeah, those are...
Having the expectation that people communicate with each other is not the same as being, like, you can't compare those two. She can't go, like, oh, well, I don't assume everyone cheated on their partners because I cheated on mine. It's like, that's not... You know those aren't the same thing, okay?
Yeah.
You know those aren't the same thing.
No, this might be me being insensitive or not emotionally intelligent, but if someone I was slamming down Big Sal ruined my life, friendships and prospects, I would probably stop slamming them down big style and refrain from doing so at any point in the future.
Yeah, it low-key sounds like maybe he didn't totally ruin her life independently of her or something, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe, perchance.
Why is this so why did they even bother giving me screenshots as the parameters if I can't fucking read them? How come I can read this tiny-ass task and not anything else? Sorry, I'm trying to... I want to do Rebridger now. But these guide images are not very... This guide image, which is literally from V. Bridger, the man himself, is very low quality.
Dr. V. Bridger?
Dr. V. Bridger! John V. Bridger!
John V. Bridger?
And I can barely read it! John!
Alright. Ready?
Oh boy. Sure am.
Alright. When I became Cinder, we wanted to keep our relationship public. Or private, not public. When I became Cinder, we wanted to keep our relationship private. In public, Red was simply my manager, and we hid our relationship from my friends for over a year during multiple trips. We agreed that I'd tell my closest friends about our relationship in March of 2024 because we felt we were close enough and trusted them enough to tell them. When we traveled, my friends saw us always close by each other and showing each other our work DMs on our phones almost all of the time from chats we were both in, instead of talking about things out loud to keep up with our projects while away and to keep them private between us. It's easier to say, look at this, to keep each other on the same page rather than have a whole verbal conversation while we're around other people at almost all times while away. What they saw at conventions or on vacations was all they saw. Only Red and I would have any idea of how we worked together and acted around each other when at home. I lived with Red and his family from the summer of 2022 to the end of February 2025. I have never outright told anyone this, including my friends. We wanted to keep at least part of our personal lives private from everyone, even telling some people we lived apart. On stream, I've always said I lived with family friends and streamed in a basement. The basement part is true. It's where I spent the majority of my time, and it's where I worked and streamed from. My career started there in 2021 with my ASMR. Red was the one with the PC, mic, and experience with content creation since it's always been his hobby. I would go there more and more often until I moved in when I became a full-time streamer. For most of my earliest streams with my PNG model, Red would be the one in the room with me, modding on a laptop and making things would run smoothly. He was there as my tech support since at the time I could barely play games, let alone understand how to use and fix OBS if something went wrong. We built my own PC and I stopped needing him by my side by the time I debuted my first model in June 2022. He moved his PC into his own room and has worked from there since. Starting sometime last year, my streams kept disconnecting and we couldn't figure out why. This was going on for months and no matter what we did, it kept happening. We thought there could be something wrong with the internet that we couldn't fix, so as last resort, my parents and I made space for me to move back in with them, with my entire stream set up in February. We were able to fix the problem, but it ended up having nothing to do with the internet at all. I've been living there since, separate from Red. The reason why I'm revealing all of this...
I was like, what?
Yeah, a lot of just preamble. The reason I'm revealing all this now is because we could have easily gone through each other's DMs and whenever we wanted in those 3 years, but we didn't. It's not like we never showed each other our messages directly. We did, all the time. But we didn't comb through each other's DMs at the end of every day that read everything we may have said. And I didn't know anyone who'd say that's normal to do. We would just tell each other things that happened and that was that. I never felt the need to look over his shoulder and check on anything and everything he was saying and to who. We trusted each other and he's always had my best interest in mind. Working together, I'm choosing to have Red continue working with me. He will be doing like... Hold on. Let me drink some water.
Okay, thank you for reading.
I'm getting tongue-tied.
Okay, guys, we're gonna do the thing again where I watch a tutorial during a stream.
Space.
Oh wait, actually, hang on. I gotta set up.
Okay. Keeping a relationship private as a VTuber is always a dangerous game because an undeniable portion of that community hinges on a really unhealthy parasocial relationship, which had to be known at the time, right? Like, keeping it private feels like a tactical business decision rather than a genuine desire for privacy. But it could also be being uncharitable since I've been biased against this person.
Wait, what?
That's Ant Demon saying that.
Oh, okay, yes. Sorry, I was like, I thought that was coming from the person, and I was like,
No, that's Ant David.
Slay Ant Demon. I was like, what does that have to do with any of the rest of what you just read? I
Yeah.
thought you were reading from the document. Anyway, yes.
Okay. I'm choosing to have Red continue working with me. He will be doing most of what he did for me before, but I will not be doing any work related. But he will not be doing any work related communication for me in any channels I am also not a part of. I now have access to his Discord account to check on things myself if need be. It's clear to me that he learned his own lesson from what happened. He made mistakes, and I forgave him. I wouldn't be where I am without him, and he's just as much a part of Cinder as I am. He wasn't just a manager that handled some messages, he had a part in a lot of the things I did. He's always been the main creative mind behind my debuts and other releases too. Even with how involved he was, Red was still his own person, with his own ideas, his own opinions, his own feelings toward people, his own goals, and his own ambitions, working on the same brand as me. He's always been the business sensible one out of us, and the work side of things was always his focus. We worked together on almost everything, but we didn't agree on everything. There have been many business or creative decisions we'd argue back and forth about, sometimes taking days to reach a compromise. Red didn't always consult with me before making his own choices in his messages with our partners. A lot of the time I agreed with what he said or did or said, and it was fine, but sometimes I didn't, and we either compromised or I had him walk back what he did. Red didn't tell me about every single interaction he had with people we worked with, and I didn't expect him to. I trusted him, and there was never a reason for him not to tell me something important. That was until we disagreed about one of my friends, Bao.
For people who don't know Bao is like the greatest ever, I think.
Bao the whale.
Bao rocks. Genuinely.
She's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the start of this year, we moved a lot of our work-related conversations with various artists into a project server so everything could be organized in one place. I could be included in discussions and decision-making where I needed to be, and would be able to see everything being said without having to rely on Red to relay every single detail of the things he was handling. This was for organization convenience, and so I could interact with every person working with me directly. However, this didn't mean Red didn't use his DMs to do business or talk to people we were working with. Besides the allegations in Nano's document, no one else we've worked with has ever complained about Red. We've both worked with dozens of people who I believe would say their experience working with us was nothing but positive. Like I said in my apology. Like I said in my apology, there were things Red didn't tell me about or hid from me. And he did those without knowing in his DMs. They're all shown in this document in the order below. I didn't know about these things beyond what I was told, if I was at all. Okay. These are the things Red didn't tell. Red's inclusion of Bao and Cotton in his exclusivity deal with Nano in January 2025. Red telling artist number one Bao was someone he considered competition while discussing exclusivity on the same day as his deal with Nano. Red's conversation with Nano about Shy Lily in April 2025. Red's conversations with mod number one about Silvervale throughout 2024 and into 2025. Red asking artist number two about not working with Silvervale in March 2025. Red's conversation with artist number one and about Silvervale in April 2025, which artist number one told me about days later. The names of artist number one, artist number two, and mod number one are hidden for privacy since they weren't directly involved in everything that happened in April. They will be reintroduced later in this document. Mm-hmm. Those are big things to hide, though, Cinder.
What? She's like, oh yeah, there's just like this one little itty bitty thing. Literally everything that happened.
Those are big things!
I just didn't tell you guys about this one itty bitty thing. Literally the entire story. Sorry. Girl!
Falling out the night. Be so for real. These are big things to hide. From That's your awesome. Partner and business partner.
Literally. What's happening, girl? Come on.
Falling out. The night the first documents were posted, Red was here with me. I ended my stream and he came over to see me while we worked on a few things together. We were still awake when Nana and Bao posted their documents at almost 2 a.m. EST. I didn't understand what was going on and started panicking. Red tried to explain what happened, but I blew up at him, kicked him out, regrettably refusing his help. We weren't in contact for almost a month later. I had one close friend reach out to me after things were public. I responded to them sometime after Red was gone. I chose not to include their own message here.
Okay.
Discord message from Cinder on April 26th. I'm so sorry, redacted. I'm trying to collect myself. Red and I aren't speaking right now, and I'm so upset with everything. Okay, this was their response to whatever friend reached out to them, I guess.
Okay. I didn't mention it to you earlier, but I bombed my city hall and implicated us both in the plot. Hugs and kisses, right? XOXO!
XOXO!
Sorry, fam. Love you lots.
It's
Oh my gosh.
yeah, Jesus.
There's something like almost iconic about this in the worst way humanly possible.
Yeah. I was distraught, and I posted that Red was fired later that morning. I wasn't trying to throw him under the bus and avoid
Girl, yes you
accountability.
were.
I was blindsided by my friends publicly pointing the finger at me for his words and actions that I didn't even know about and didn't agree with. I didn't know what else to do. In my apology, I said, quote, as of yesterday, he is no longer working with me and I have not extensively discussed any of this with him, unquote. Because Red will continue working with me, I will be deleting this tweet sometime after posting this document. Um, tweet tweet posted on April 26th. Effective immediately, Red will no longer be managing or overseeing my VTuber activities. He no longer represents me as a creator, my brand, or my intentions. I'm sorry, everyone. I will make a larger response when I am able. Readers added context they thought people might want to know. Cinder revealed themselves, as well as Vampeach's VT, that Red was Cinder's partner. Moreover, per Bao's, Nanolis, and Silverveil's account, Red acted with Cinder's knowledge and consent, both of which directly engaged in libel towards other creators.
Epic.
End of chapter 2.
That's whoa, that's still only 2.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I gotta piss. I'll be right back.
Oh my god. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think someone finally managed to drink too much water.
No!
Why did it do that? Hello? Hello? Please work. No, not like that. Damn it! All I wanted was my glow. There it is. There we are. Okay. I don't know what's sadder, the fact she's so willing to throw someone she considers a partner and considered a business partner, or that he's so willing to go along with it. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, he has to be going along with this because he thinks it will allow him to, like, maintain, like, his financial standing. You know, like, that has to be why. Otherwise, I don't know why he'd agree to this. But man, that's sad, like you said. Like, oof, man. Oof. Also, holy shit, I need to organize this. I'm really procrastinating on getting the Burger stuff done, but that's okay. It's not like I put that I'm breaking the mouth in the title or anything. That'd be stupid.
I can't fish for 42 more seconds.
Yeah, Ant Demon took it from you.
What
Sucks to suck, man. Sucks to suck.
I didn't realize the cooldown was, like, chat wide.
It's a minute. Well, actually, hang on. There's one person that spams it as much as he humanly can, but he's not here right now, so I think I can turn it off.
It's fine.
No, but I don't like it that you all have to wait for a whole minute, because I think it's annoying too. It's just, I get more annoyed by the
Yeah, when,
you
like,
know?
they're just here to fish.
Yeah, which, like, I feel a little guilty about, because it's like, you know, it's called lurk bait, you know, but okay, no, here's the problem. It'd be different if somebody just used the bot and never said anything. There's a person that comes in here and they only talk about the fish, and they will show up, go, oh, you don't have fish on? What the heck? And then leave. And I'm like, okay. Thanks, man. Yeah. You know. Anyway. Continue, my love.
Okay. Chapter 3. My apology and taking accountability.
Is that what they're calling it now?
Yeah. That's what's called. Now that I've reviewed everything that happened and I had time to reflect on my own actions, there are some details I need to point out and corrections I need to make for my apology. Then I go over the things Red or I, or both of us did wrong so we can take responsibility. Each section after this will explain the full story around each major individual involved, anything Red and I did in defending ourselves against everything we didn't do. Quotes from my apology will be present throughout this document to show what they were referenced to. Um,
Okay.
Screenshots are directly of or taken from another document are highlighted with orange border. Dates and important messages within any screenshots are highlighted in yellow. Quotes from my apology are highlighted in gray. Red zone comments on anything being presented here are labeled or highlighted in blue. Thank you for the color coding.
You know it's bad when you have to color code, though.
Yeah. She links to her apology. Um, Things I claimed and admitted in my apology were based on what I knew at the time, what was published in everyone else's documents, and what Red told me right after. I shut him out when I shouldn't have. I made my apology without his help, with all the info in front of me, without knowing the full scope of what happened, how it happened, or what to believe. I was under extreme stress and pressure to see something as soon as I could, and was expected to accept fault for everything I was accused of, but not guilty of doing. Some of the things I wrote were overly apologetic and made things sound worse than they actually were because of the severity of the situation. The main takeaway people had from my apology was that I pushed everything onto Red and didn't take accountability for anything myself.
Well, that is what you did, but okay.
Yeah. What I blamed Red for in my apology because he was guilty of doing them. Him telling me how great it would be to work with Silvervale. Him holding a grudge against Bao. What I blamed Red for in my apology when I was also guilty. Red was the one with the business-oriented outlook on things from the start. I adopted that same mindset myself from working together as time went on. I wrongly made it sound like I was brainwashed into thinking this way in my apology.
Uh-huh.
What Red was guilty of in my apology that I didn't know about until writing it. Red and Nano ever talking about a model for Geary in November 2023. Red including Bao and Nano around exclusivity in January 2025, and bad-mouthing Bao in their DMs as if they were our shared feelings. Red talking to Nano about Shy Lily and her model in April 2025. Things I said about Red in my apology that I was wrong about. He did not manipulate Nano. He did not push Nano not to work with Silvervale. He was not a constant topic between them.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Ant Demon says, yo, I know that within the premise I've presented, you are completely to blame for everything, but that has happened. But help me write this apology.
Sorry, that reminds me. I contacted somebody who was like, hey, what you did was fucked up. And they're like, okay, can you help me fix it? And I just said, are you for real? Like, it was so funny because everything else I had typed was very, like, diplomatic, like, quote unquote, as professional as you can be in the fucking VTuber space, you know what I mean? And then they said that, and I literally just went, are you for real? No! I was like, you cannot be serious. It was kind of funny.
Do not ask the people you have wronged for assistance.
I was like, dog.
Get out of here, offending Laurelette. Die.
No.
Do you not have Seribot?
No. Because it made me relog in and I was too lazy. That's literally why. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But you love me, right?
Yeah, because I could have sworn, like, you suggested Seribot to me at one point, so I was, like, very confused.
Did? You told me about... To my memory, you told me about Seribot.
I don't know anymore.
Well, we shouldn't be trusting my memory, so...
I don't know anymore. Anyways, document. Things I took accountability for in my apology. Agreeing with Red to talk with Nano about exclusivity, agreeing to specifically name Silvervale in the terms, and knowing a deal involving her was made. Guilt-tripping Nano. Feeling overly attached to Nano and her work. Not knowing about what Red had said about Bao to Nano when I should have. not speaking to Bao about Red's feelings towards her and letting it spiral to the point it did, being upset and taking it personally when Bao hired my video editor, being upset when Thackromore told us he wouldn't be working with us again. I think that's the editor.
Oh, right. So, yeah, because a guy had been working for her and Bao and a bunch of other VTubers already. Then he decided to, like, narrow down his client list so he could focus on making quality over quantity. And she told a bunch of people, like, Bao stole my editor. What the fuck?
Yeah, he was working with like Bao longer, and then Bao got an exclusivity with him because he also wanted to work on like a lot of personal projects.
Yeah, and he confided in her because he'd been working with her the longest.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Confiding in Red about Shy Lily's behavior towards me, becoming resentful towards Silvervale, letting my insecurities and public comments influence my feelings towards Silvervale, assuming Spike copied me, being possessive of my design early on in my career, overreacting to Nyan Tail's Hellhound OC design, which was apologized for in the past, cheating on my boyfriend.
That's a generous way of describing it.
And neglecting or leaving behind friends of mine. I admitted to the world that I cheated on my secret boyfriend, and the story we pushed was that I took no accountability and used him as a scapegoat. Even though all of these concessions of what I did do, I was still somehow a narcissist that couldn't accept fault. What I did was not admit to the right things the people making these claims already decided I was guilty of. They decided to they expected me to apologize for everything I've ever done without any of it ever being mentioned, even if the matter was already settled in the past. I understand that my manager did things that I didn't know about are ultimately my responsibility, and my ignorance doesn't change that. I should have taken more care to check up on what he was saying and doing, but I was being blamed publicly for things I had nothing to do with. My accusers went out of their way to claim Cinder did this and Cinder said that, completely disregarding Red's agency from any of his own words and actions. The proof I must have known about everything he ever said and done was because we worked on things together on our phones during the few times a year we were traveling. And Anna's document showed 2 of my screenshots from over a year apart from separate situations where I knew more or less what happened between her and Red. There was no other evidence presented for their claim, but they were told everyone it absolutely had to be this way. Emphasis was placed on Red's usage of we and our as if they know for a fact that meant Red was always speaking with my knowledge, approval, and oversight every single time he said it. This was necessary for their narrative to work against me. I don't know, I keep coming back to what she said at the start of this paragraph, where it's like, I understand that things my manager did that I didn't know about are still ultimately my responsibility.
But then she's like, but also they're literally not.
It's like, you also can't say that, or like they're not my responsibility, and then also say
that they are, but also like not really. Like
that is just a big part of the Cinder brand. Like, if you want him to work this closely with you, then you need to accept that like every one of his actions are going to reflect on you.
Literally. It's quite simple, actually. When you think about it.
I have so little connection with the VTuber space outside of U4, Pichu, and another solo that all of this feels like some kind of crash landing on an alien planet, only find out they're currently fighting like just enough context to know things are fucked, but anything beyond the broad strokes are so lost on me.
No, it's like imagine like the like itty bitty bits of like, oh, I had trouble with this commission, or oh, somebody came in and asked me for advice. Imagine that, except everybody has enough clout to quote unquote justify their egos.
Yeah.
And so therefore it's 50 quadrillion times worse.
Yeah. Okay. This is why I said in my apology about this, quote, I do not condone anything about what Red has said about Bao in these DMs either, and him using we and our in this context is abhorrently incorrect, and I believe was done to gain greater credibility behind what he was saying, unquote. Red says about the whole situation, I have always been more or less a creative lead on things we did, like model designs, project ideas, and art in general. And Cinder often agreed with my creative judgment. She trusted me to do the communication I did for her without oversight. For example, a lot of times I would be the one talking to the artist we were working with, who only knew me as Cinder's manager. If I knew the direction I wanted to take something with or without talking to Cinder beforehand, and I said, I want the art to be like this, instead of Cinder wants the art to be like this, and it felt like an awkward thing for me to say. My mind to the person we're working with, I'm just the manager, not the creator, not the streamer, not their client. What I myself want...
Because you're literally not. What? Okay, guys, in your minds, I'm not Abraham Lincoln, and that's so sad. I'm not a 6'2" bearded man, and that's so sad.
True, though. I should be Abraham Lincoln.
You should. You are basically Abraham Lincoln.
Thank you. Thank you. I needed to hear that in these trying times.
What? No! I was thinking that, but I wasn't gonna say it. Thank you. Anyway.
What I myself wanted wasn't important. What Cinder wanted was. So in order to give weight to what I would say, I started using we early on without speaking of her directly, saying Cinder. If we wanted to do something a certain way, that it'd give me agency by playing we both agreed on and made the decision, that Cinder was aware of this decision being made, regardless of what she actually was or wasn't at the time. That made words had meaning. If I was speaking on we, the brand's behalf, it became a habit of mine to talk this way regarding any projects or business dealings. I didn't start doing this because anyone told me I should be. I didn't speak like this all the time or in every single message. It's not like Cinder never knew about what I was saying when saying we. If afterwards she did disagree with me on something, then we'd have to walk back what I said and say that Cinder actually wants it this way, for example. Very often Cinder was on the same page with me beforehand or would agree with what I said without her knowledge using we afterwards. In the case of the exclusivity deal with Nano, I used we when talking about Bao, so it seemed like Cinder also backed how I felt. Cinder not only wasn't aware of this, but I knew she didn't agree with me about what I was saying. In our conversation, Nano said herself that she was not really down with working with people who Cinder didn't want her to. So I made sure to tell Nano how we felt, expressing my own feelings to her as if they were both of ours. This would be shown in Nano section.
Huh? That's wild.
That's like the thing that bothered me the most though was like guilt tripping Nano into the exclusivity deal.
Yeah, so that's crazy because basically he's saying like, "Oh guys, don't worry. I was just manipulating Nano." Like that doesn't make it better, dude.
Like feeling awkward about like design overlaps, like it's cringe, but like
Hi Willow.
Hi Willow.
So in case you missed it, this is the most like cognitively like disorganized thing I think I've heard, and I'm having it read out loud to me. I cannot imagine what Medi is going through reading this right now.
I'm processing half of this.
It is so genuinely confusing. Like that's the main problem to me personally, honestly, at this point, is it's just confusing. Like I don't know what's happening. And I heard all of it so far. So basically, her main defenses are like, so why did you guys assume I talked to my partner? Just because you talked to your partner doesn't mean I talked to mine. I don't assume that you cheated on your partner because I cheated on mine.
You missed it based on Medi freed the slaves, and we're talking about the ongoing.
Also, you know what's funny? I'm kind of glad that I am streaming with the model and my face cam because I just realized that when I cover my face, it like freaks out, but I cover my face when I laugh all the time. That's gonna be a problem, isn't it?
Yes.
Basil
and I freed the slaves and also have an ongoing war with my.
Oh, also Willow. Janie's doing her Latin homework from 3 years ago.
Man, I'm just trying to learn Latin.
For context, Janie cannot hear me. So that timing was crazy.
Willow says good on you, Janie, you got this. Willow says good on you, Janie, you got this.
Oh my god, this is crazy.
Oh my god. Yeah, so Cinder's defense, you can't expect me to talk to my boyfriend just because you talk to your boyfriend doesn't. And Red is like, yeah, I lied to Nano. What about it?
No, he's like, but see, guys, the fact that I lied to Nano is good because that means that Cinder's not that bad. It's like, bro. No. No, that's not how that works at all, actually. I regret to inform you that actually, what the fuck?
I just finished filming mostly for my film homework assignment for screenplays and realized I will never be an actor because I cannot remember. No! No!
No, that's so valid. If it makes you feel better, most screen actors can't remember more than 5 lines either. It's the stage actors you can rely on.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that was like a bit. It's not.
I need
That's
like
totally
all the
past you,
liquid
yeah.
that's cooling in my cheeks to go into my throat, please.
Oh, I hate when that happens. Yeah.
Are we ready to continue our adventure?
Unfortunately, I think we are.
There's another
We
list
got-
coming up. I'm very scared of it.
Another list, girl.
2 lists, but one's a short list. There
Oh,
are 3 things
great.
there are 3 things in my apology I need to correct, but will be shown in full detail in this document. Missing information, lies, and incorrect statements in my apology. I left out a lot of information regarding my experience with Silvervale in trying to overly apologize to her and ended up making things sound much worse than what really happened.
Silverbear's the one that she accused of, like, plagiarizing, right?
Not quite. Spite's the one that really had the plagiarism stuff going on with. Because Spite's, like, actual timeline lined up a lot with more with her. I do think there was, like, some Silvervale, like, because they're both, like, foxes, I think.
Oh, wait! What about the one that she copied the outfits from? Is that who it is?
That's Spite.
That's Spite, okay. Why do you think there's so many cuts in a dialogue scene? No, like, literally, that's why. Screen actors, because the thing is, like, it's not that they have to worry about more. I mean, they just have more going on a set. There's also just more cuts anyway. Like, their blocking has to take into account, like, 5 different camera angles. A lot of the time, those camera angles conflict with each other, so they actually do have to have those cuts, not even because of the actor, but because of the cinematography that the director has planned. So, like, a lot of times with the way, like, modern movies are filmed, they don't even need to remember more than 5 lines at a time, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, basically, don't worry about it. Anyway, sorry for interrupting. Thank you for letting me interrupt.
Yeah, of course. You're streaming and talking.
This is my stream! You're right!
Yeah. Dumbass! I lied about not knowing that Red spoke to Nano about Spite in 2023 to not make things worse for myself by revealing more than Nano or Spite did about what happened regarding her. I was wrong about which year the situation with Nantails took place in. I wrote that it was after my debut, but it was actually an entire year earlier. My apology and the accusations made against me did not cover everything Red and I have done wrong. I've laid out everything below that will be presented throughout this document so we can address them and take responsibility. Explaining the motives and reasoning behind our actions are not meant to justify or diminish them and the feeling of those affected, but to understand why they happened. Everything one of us or both of us are guilty of, that accountability is taken for and shown in this document in the order they're presented in. We both became neglectful of many friendships and personal relationships online and IRL. Red and I became consumed by our work and prioritized my career above all else. Red considered everyone, including our friends, competition to some degree, and I agreed. Red and I left Tricky at our hotel in Tokyo one day during our Japan trip in 2024. I chose to distance myself from Cotton after what happened between her and a friend. I tried going back on my agreement with the artist Nixju in April 2025. Red asked Nano not to work with Spite in January 2023 and told me about it afterwards. I lied about not knowing he spoke to her about Spite in my apology to avoid talking about it. Red initially dissuaded Nano from accepting a model from Geary in November 2023. I guilt-tripped Nano in November 2023 and February 2025, but still sided with her. Red reassured Nano about reconsidering and canceling Bao's model in August 2024. I knew Bao's model was canceled in August 2024 and didn't try to do anything about it. Red and I agreed to talk with Nano about exclusivity, including not to work with Silvervale specifically on any more models in January 2025. Wait, she abandoned one of her friends in a random hotel?
Wait, what?
Yeah, Red and I left Tricky at our hotel in Tokyo one day during her Japan trip in October 2024.
Sorry, I love that she's just saying things that don't even that like people don't even need to know.
Yeah. That went lightning quick by. What the fuck was that?
Look bad for her. Hi, Coley. Welcome to the most chronically online bullshit stream you've ever attended in your goddamn life. So she just went, yeah, so I guilt-tripped a bunch of people into not commissioning my artist that I didn't want to pay for an exclusivity contract, but instead wanted to manipulate her into one. And also I just abandoned my friend at a hotel in a foreign country.
Yeah.
That is, like, very infamously not friendly to foreigner women traveling alone.
Like, so many of these are about Nano! Oh my god!
Wait, Nano was the hotel friend?
No, that was Tricky. I don't know who Tricky is.
Okay. Oh!
I don't know who the person
she
is!
Just brought this up out of nowhere.
I assume it will come up again in the document because she said everything's gonna come up later in the document again.
Can you guys imagine if, like, somebody was like, oh my god, guys, Aaron's a fucking pro shipper, and I started talking about how I'm not a pro shipper, but I have beat dogs. Like,
where even on this list was I? I don't remember.
I'm sorry, this shouldn't be so funny to me.
Model was canceled in 2024. Red and I agree to talk with Nano about exclusivity, including not to work with Silverveil specifically on any more models in January 2025. Red and Nano agreed to a deal for her not to work with Silver Bower Cotton in January 2025, only telling about Silverveil's inclusion. Red spoke to Nano about Sky Lily in April 2025 after seeing Nano work on a model for her. And never told me about this conversation. We asked our video editor about exclusivity after Bao started working with them in September 2023. Also, I beat dogs. Basilia 2K25. So
Thank you
true.
so much. Welcome in, Z. Like I
Hi,
said
Z.
to Coley, are you ready for the most chronically online stream you've ever seen in your goddamn life? This is crazy. No, you know what's crazy? I said the other day that this has the energy of the Atsu Braxophone drama, and I was right. Down to the hotel shit. That's so funny. I'm sorry.
Red convinced himself Bao Gate kept her video editor to hurt our future music video projects in December 2024. Then held a grudge and a list of grievances against her. I didn't speak to Bao to clear things up about what I knew Red held against her, and it led me to being an friend to her for months at the start of 2025. Both Red and I mismanaged the planning and communication with Numi about her concert at the start of February 2025. I pulled her out of performing in her show and almost didn't go after choosing business over my friend. We both grew to dislike Silverveil over the past few years for various reasons, including harassment and comparisons, my own insecurities, and how Silverveil acted towards me. Red asked an artist not to work with Silverveil in March 2025 and never told me about it. Red and I assumed Spite was copying me in 2022 and early 2023. I overreacted Neon Tails Hellhound design, OC design in 2021. Dog, it's an OC! Oh my god!
Sorry, repeat that.
I overreacted in Neon Tails Hellhound OC design in 2021.
And her name is Nantails?
Yeah. Dog, it's an OC. It's a Hellhound OC.
So,
you know
so
how many Hellhounds there are?
Also, you guys, this is the crazy part. This Nantails, the only reason that she made her OC a Hellhound is because she wanted to be a Cerberus model, but getting
that's
rigging.
Spite.
Oh,
that's
shoot.
Spite.
Wait, then what the fuck did Nantails do?
She had a Hellhound OC, is the best I can tell. I don't remember this person from the drama a few months ago.
Girl, I'm sorry we all read Percy Jackson when we were in middle school. Damn.
No, Spite wanted to be a Cerberus, but wasn't sure the 3 heads would transfer well, so just had 2 heads as pauldrons.
Uh-huh. And so
you gotta say something?
No, I gotta see. I wanna see if I remember.
No, there's no pictures yet.
Oh, what?
There's no pictures yet?
No, I
This is
remember
just
that there
straight
was an
text so
OC that they
far?
were like, or like a character that they were like, they stole this from me.
No, that's spite.
That's spite?
Yeah.
A second plagiarism claim is hit document?
That's great! Spite. I remember the jealousy towards Silvervale. I remember the big thing with spite. I don't remember Nantails! Don't chew on- I put that under my nails! Don't chew on that! You're very copy girl coded. Go do your Latin.
Turn on the Basil Street mini channel. Oh. Those are some of my favorite memes where it's like my mom in 2025, I support you. My mom in 2015, you're not questioning your gender. You're a woman and you're proud. My mom in 2001. Oh god, they hit the second tower. Like it's such a good meme format. It's so horrible. It's awesome.
Yeah. Anyways, it does look like there'll be
fucking allegations.
the fucking
Anthean, if you ever start streaming, I will be there anytime, any day.
It does look like there'll be pictures later, but yeah, the only pictures have been screenshots.
That's insane.
I am dead. Okay. Every claim of wrongdoing that was made against Red or I that isn't listed above is not true, whether it was an assumption or lie in someone's document, statement about me, or verbally on stream. I would list the false accusations here, but there have been a ridiculous amount at this point that I don't even know where to start. I will let this document speak for itself. I feel like everything she listed above were like the big things, though.
Yeah, what? She said more than I remember there being. And again, we spent an insane... Oh, creepy guy, sorry. That we spent an insane amount of time, again, sitting in the Mall of America reading these things out loud. Like,
yeah.
It's not like Medi and I like barely looked at this. Like, no, guys, we spent way too much energy on this, considering we were hanging out in real life for the first time in 5 years of knowing each other.
These actions were not over years, like the public was told. The majority of these actions happened in an 8-month span from August 2024 to April 2025. How each person was affected, if they were affected at all. Excuse me, that was a bad burp. I'm sorry. If they were affected at all, and it's explained throughout the document, nothing was black and white, and none of these actions were motivated by jealousy, envy, greed, or being malicious for the sake of it, except for the one. Well, no, I would say the nano stuff is extremely motivated by jealousy and greed.
What? Yeah, it definitely is.
Lying about other artists or other VTubers in order to like pressure your model artist into not working with them, that sounds like greed. Straight up.
What?
Feeling a stronger than normal not like a stronger than normal, but like a strong connection to the art someone produces and wanting to exclusively have it, that's greed.
Yeah.
Like, if I started pressuring you into not working with anybody but me,
yeah, that would be greed.
That would be greed.
So for context of, again, I explained this earlier, but for anyone who missed it, the insane mental gymnastics that were being done here. This person did not want their VTuber model artist to work with anyone else. Now, a normal person would have them sign an exclusivity contract in which, rather than paying them for each individual thing, you effectively pay them a salary, right? They are your artist. They no longer just work by contract, by like singular contracted job, or even by hour. Like you give them a salary so that they do not need to take on any other clients to make it financially right. But instead of that, this person just wanted Nano, the artist, to contact her every single time someone commissioned her or asked to commission her, so that Cinder, the person who refused to ask for an exclusivity contract, could basically outbid that person.
Well, it's not Cinder. It's Red, obviously.
Oh, right. It was just her boyfriend manager, who she's also responsible, except she's not. Right. How could I
yeah, get it right.
I'm so sorry.
We got agreed with the Argus. We just need 6 more sins. Let's go. People.
Why do my eyebrows get mad when I laugh? Do I have to like keep my eyes open? Oh, it's because I'm Asian. Damn it. It's because it thinks my eyes are closed when I'm laughing, even though they're not. Oh no! This was made by Japanese people! Oh wait. Do Japanese people normally not have double? They don't. Ah, it's because I'm Chinese. It's not just because I'm Asian, it's because I'm Chinese! The Japanese are at it again, folks!
That's crazy. I'm dead. You killed me.
Racism squared. Hey, if there's one way to sum up Imperial Japan, it's that. Let me just tell you.
I'm gonna fish. Fishy.
Fishy.
Japanese already quickly sent the third.
Oh my god.
Okay. There's weird pictures that I can't grasp the context of them. Hopefully this is. Oh wait. I understand the context now because I read ahead. Okay, my friends. It's been falsely claimed that I was using, manipulating, sabotaging, betraying, and backstabbing all of my friends for years in an effort to deplatform them and ruin their careers. There was never some kind of years-long grand conspiracy of deceit against anyone. I've never pushed the ladder down behind me. I've never been jealous or envious of any of my friends or else. My friends are not stepping stones I used to further myself. I loved my friends. Our experiences together were real. Our memories together are real. It hurts that I even need to say that here. There are plenty of things my friends know I've done for them, helped them with, or included them for no other reason than they were my friends. I've always answered their questions.
Sorry for anyone looking at the face I'm making. I'm trying to process this V-Bridger chart. The problem is, it told me that I should need 8 parameters, but I'm seeing 9, and I don't understand what's happening. Wait, no, wait, one?
One of them is optional, and you get to pick which one.
There's open, form, funnel, mouse press, lip, open. Yes, that makes sense. Shrug. But then there's one where I have it labeled mouth pucker, and this. Okay, for people who want to see, this is the PNG I'm looking at. It is so fucking crusty. This was posted by actual V-Bridger. Why would you bother posting this if I can't fucking read it? And I'm pretty sure this says what mine says, where it says mouth pucker, but it has another word next to it. And the thing is, if you name your parameters wrong, it doesn't read it. So why does it say that? What does that mean? Is that another word I need to add? Like, and then it doesn't, and then it doesn't tell you like what, it doesn't tell you like what they're all called, because like this just says there's no mention of a pucker. That's what she said. Anywhere else, so I can't. I'm so confused! I mean, I could just not worry about it for now. Like, I'm pretty sure that parameter doesn't move throughout any of these forms. Yeah, you know what? I'm just not gonna worry about it for now. I'll just follow this fucking chart, because life is a nightmare. Wait, why is this chart written this way? Guys, I don't know what's happening.
And Demon redeemed a hydrate, a take your meds, a posture check, and a stretch, by the way.
Did I
do
take
everything
my meds today?
Do it all. I don't have any meds to take, but I will do the other things.
I think I did. Okay. Oof. Anyway.
Oh, those were good.
Yeah. Oof. Alright, folks. Hang on. I'm gonna... Maddie, I'm gonna take another second to keep thinking out loud at this, because I'm like...
No, it's okay. Take your time.
Yeah, wait. So, actually, let me read this. So... we got our default mouth open. We're gonna do the mouth forms. So that's true here. So we only do the 3 mouth forms, and then we do the mouth open. Okay, that's true. And then... Oh, wait, I think I get it now. So this is completely disregarding the lip stuff. This is just a... Okay, so V-Bridger treats the mouth and the lip separately. So this is just the mouth chart. So I, in fact, do not... Wait, no. Well, this is only the mouth shapes, which only includes funnel, open, and press. Pucker, X, and draw. Pucker and X are different because mouth X is when you, like... And then mouth pucker is, like... From what I understand, this is only involving, like, the... like, kind of... Like, mouth open that you see in VTuber demos where they're showing all the different mouth forms. Okay, I think I get it now. Okay. Okay, I understand now. I am no longer distraught. Oh, wait! Oh, they do one where your jaw is open when your mouth isn't. Do your lips go down when you do that? I guess they do. Sorry, I'm just sitting here making weird faces at my camera. Okay, I think I get it now. I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think so. I just need to make sure that... So it mentions outer art meshes, but there's no mention of an inner art mesh. Wait, no, because normally these are just done using no deformers, but mine have to use deformers because I have actual lips and not just line art. So I will... When they say outer mouth art meshes, they mean the lip art meshes. They don't actually mean, like, a hierarchy. They mean, like, physically on the outside of the face. Okay. And then the outer mouth deformer, I don't have, but mentally I should change this to inner mouth deformer. And then... Okay. Okay, I think I understand now. Okay. Thank you for bearing with me. I am ready.
All right.
Are you doing all right, friend?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find my spot again.
Okay. I was gonna ask, do you want to swap? Do you want to do the V-Bridger while I read?
Yeah, I'll rig your model for you. I'll rig your model for you.
Do you want to just take over?
Let me download Live 2D.
Yeah.
I've always answered their questions and offered them advice when they've asked. Done my best to be there and support them at their debuts with their own endeavors. I've personally bought so much of their merch for myself without ever saying so. I literally bought brownies my mom.
She keeps talking about merch. One of the first things she said in her whole thing was like, oh yeah, guys, people burned my merch. I'm so sad. It's like, you mentioned this before the death threats?
Yeah.
What happened?
I literally brought brownies my mom made across the country to share with them. I spent my own time making one-of-a-kind cosplay pieces of their for them for the reason that they were my friends.
I made macarons in my friend's shitty tiny kitchen. So
you say that back. My kitchen is shitty and tiny and great and falling apart.
Oh, no. You know what's really funny, guys? Earlier, Medi was like, should we re-sign our lease? And I was like, probably not. They're like, we're gonna re-sign it. And then, like, 2 days ago, I start calling, and Medi's like, so my apartment is physically falling apart, and I have to be here until next summer. I was like, yeah, so this is a punishment from the universe.
We just couldn't find a place before we had the resign.
No, they genuinely couldn't find another place. I'm joking, but it is kind of funny. I like to think of this as karmic retribution.
I did find,
like, why the fuck didn't you leave?
I found the shelf holder to the bathroom shelf, so I can put that back up at least.
Yo.
That's one small thing.
One small thing for man.
I literally bought brownies. I spent my own time making one-of-a-kind cosplay pieces of VTubers for them for no other my friends.
Yeah, no, my real life neck just looks that long, doesn't it? God damn. Okay.
Yeah, you have a long neck, sorry.
Wait, did I ever tell you guys that when I was 6 years old, my violin teacher yelled at me for having too long of a neck?
How dare you?
She literally just started yelling at me, and I was 6, and I didn't know what was happening. So I started trying to play like this, and she was like, "Don't tense your shoulders." It was really weird. Anyway.
Okay. More than the 3 finished pieces below were planned for more of my friends, including Bao. Before I put all of my crafting focus in my nihilist cosplay, it meant a lot to me that I could make things that meant a lot to them. Okay, so there's 3 images of things she made for friends' cosplays.
What a
cosplays
saint.
of her friends. Yeah. I don't know what they think I did against them other than what I listed above, or where these ideas came from, or what rumors they were hearing about me, or how my friends collectively agreed this must have been the case after everything we've done and shared with each other. I absolutely could have been a much better friend, but I can't believe every single one of them thought this little me at a moment's notice. There were about a dozen of my friends involved before Nano's document was posted, and still not one of them has said anything before they were posted publicly. A lot of my friendships did suffer due to where my priorities spent, especially over the course of 2024, because my focus being overwhelmingly on work and less on my personal relationships outside of it. I neglected people I care about, and so did Red, both online and IRL, even my closest friends. Unless it was about work, I didn't put as much energy just talking out, but that's not to say I never did and never wanted to, or disliked them for any reason. I had things going on, and I know they had theirs. When I wasn't streaming or working on something, I'd be isolating or hanging out with Red to decompress, and I didn't have the energy to socialize. I tried to plan collabs with friends as I could, and it was a way to hang out while still appeasing my content brain. My collabs with my friends were made into YouTube videos, but to say that I was using them for that, as if countless other VTubers don't do the same thing, is crazy.
That is not the one-up that she thought it was. That's crazy.
Yeah. When I was traveling...
Yeah, but everybody else uses their friends too, guys. Come on. Girl,
when I was traveling to see my friends, all I wanted to do was hang out and spend as much time together as I could, and it was the happiest I was. Red and I have always loved, valued, looked out for, and appreciated our friends, even if we didn't show it as often as we should have. I'm sorry to those of my friends who I haven't given the time they gave to me. I'm sorry for those I haven't spoken to in a long time for no other reason than my own negligence. And I'm sorry to my friends that I only focus on work with and didn't spend enough time being your friend outside of it. Okay. The business mindset. Red and I slowly became more closed off and neglectful of people over the past couple of years. But especially throughout 2024, focusing more and more time and energy on this. Work became almost 24/7 for us, never taking a break. It was our job, our hobby, and almost all we talked about. We loved what we did, but we both became consumed by the content grind. Our work-life balance became
the grind.
The grind.
The grind.
We were going and going and going all day, every day as a 2-person team, working to an obsessive degree. We were always trying to do more with more people all the time. Everything became about doing bigger things, achieving more, accomplishing more, growing bigger, launching more cool things, having more opportunities, while keeping up with 4 to 5 streams a week. Our problem wasn't greed, like it was claimed. It was ambition. Ambition was what was wearing us too thin.
It's about drive. It's about how we has more put in the arts.
Ambition that was wearing us too thin to keep up with everything, but it was never enough to take a step back and relax. We had always had to be progressing, never stopped to appreciate where we were or the people around us. I would argue.
Yeah, you're right, Cinder. The real problem here is that you never stopped to smell the roses. Damn, bro.
I would argue ambition and greed are two sides of the same coin.
In fact, everyone would argue that.
I would argue they are near synonyms. Because I'm figuring and figuring on figuring.
No, literally, this